morning, everyone. My name is Prerna Kalra, and it is an absolute honor to be moderating this session today, Students, You Matter. For the next 25 minutes, we will be talking about the stakeholders that are at the center of everything that we do as educators and who motivate us to show up no matter what every single day. Yes, we will be talking about our students. Although everything changed during the pandemic, roles and responsibilities and expectations from students have mostly remained unchanged. We still expect them to perform academically and socially the same way they did before the pandemic. What are the needs of students in this evolving reality? With this question in mind and a stellar line of speakers, let's get started. Before we begin, just wanted to share that the session today is being live streamed. So go ahead and share your thoughts, questions with us using the hashtags shared. Let's start with the representative of the youth and students. She is a student herself at the Faculty of Economics in the University of Cambridge. Born in Tokyo, raised in Beijing, the Chinese young lady lives in the UK since her middle school time. Her engaging vlog channel on Bilibili is followed by a community of 1 million, mostly Chinese students. By touching upon diverse topics from campus life, real-time study, live streaming, tips, to student social life, to opinion sharing, she plays a pivotal role in accompanying students, particularly during the pandemic. Welcoming Leah Peng.
Hi everyone, my name is Leah, and I'm very honored to be invited by WISE to share my story as a student, influencer, and also an entrepreneur. So I started vlogging after I got into Cambridge, and I share my academic journey with 1 million followers. And in a sense, I grew up with them because I'm not just an educator who shares tips and advice or this student, perfect student being. I'm just a fellow student and a friend. And yeah, so I think sharing videos gave me a sense of purpose that is beyond just academic success. I realized that, that hundreds of thousands of people crave to know what is happening in the other side of the world. And if I get to broaden my academic journey to all these students and kind of allow them to live vicariously through my vlogs, I think that's something so much more meaningful, and also inspire them to work hard and achieve their dreams and perhaps experience something similar or even better. So yeah, I think I have filmed and edited over hundreds of vlogs by myself, and it's extremely hard work and also time consuming. And actually, my mom was not happy about this at first. But yeah, looking back, I've never regretted. I know that somewhere in this world, someone's life's changed because of my videos, even if it's just bringing a smile to their face. And I know that because every single day I receive hundreds of messages from these students thanking me how much my videos inspired them, and they got into their dream unis, or they became more positive about life, or their outlook on life shifted. So yeah, and then I think when COVID struck, the main theme of messages I received shifted to those of people who started to ask for help, and there was this overwhelming sense of loneliness, and people felt trapped and they couldn't concentrate. And also, for me, as I assume a lot of you felt the same as well, I couldn't concentrate as well. So I felt a sense of social responsibility to do something about it. So that is the reason why I started the Life Study With Me initiative, where every single day during COVID times, people would join my live from not just cities in China, but also rural villages in China, and also across the globe, Germany, UK, Japan, you name it. And they're not geographically constrained, and the people joining to study along with each other ranged from 50,000 students to sometimes over a 250,000 students, which is absolutely insane when you imagine them as in stadiums of students all joining together to encourage, motivate, and accompany each other. I think that's really a force of camaraderie, which I'm very fortunate to be the facilitator and also the epicenter of it. So yeah, and then inspired by this, I also set up my online education platform called Study Space, where I linked up Oxford students with students in China, providing them with university application help, subject-specific help, and also some innovative lessons like 30 minutes English chat and perhaps study buddies. And the response was phenomenal. We we've got, I think over 2 months, we provided over 2,800 lessons. And I think this really highlighted like a problem that students really needed help during this difficult times. And if we can build a platform where we link people who can give help with people who need help, I think we can create something very beautiful that pass on knowledge and also kindness. And I think that's the thing with Study Space as well. I think these Oxford students, they were also, these are my friends, and I know that they were mentally, a lot of them were mentally unwell during that time as well, because they felt trapped in their home and with all their summer plans and internships cancelled. And you see this waste of just intelligence and human capital just lying around, not utilized. And as an economist, you see this demand from all these Chinese students who crave these kind of education resources. And I just, really, I think something that I really realized is that we do not exist as individualities in this world. I think everyone is capable of giving help, and everyone needs help, especially during times of crisis. And if we can link these students up through some medium or channels, then I think we can really create a lot of inner energies within the system. And just hopefully, I just wish that we can all do our bit to make the future of education better for these children, so that they can all bravely chase their dreams and turn their dreams into reality. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Linya, for sharing your story with us. It's absolutely inspiring. One word, the word that defines Maha is teacher. She has been a teacher for more than 20 years, starting in a classroom to teaching Arabic online to thousands of students spread across the globe with a method that she elaborated herself. Maha, if you would like to take the floor. Your love and passion for teaching is absolutely palpable from everything you do, Maha. So what really motivates you?
Well, can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you for WISE for this opportunity. I'm a very good teacher, but I'm a very bad speaker. So I hope you bear with me and you accept this initial apology. What do I do? I have been living abroad, far from my root, my culture, my land, which is Palestine, for the past 16 years. I studied to be a teacher, but I felt the urge and the need to spread the love and implant the seed of knowledge and love for my language abroad, because I felt it needed and we needed to share the beauty of this language. I started online courses. I started my own YouTube channel. Back then, in 2008, I was among the first ones to create an educational channel on YouTube where there were only videos about dogs and cats, and it was only entertainment. I felt that this is my mission in life, to spread, again, the love that I have for my own language. It was also a way for me to connect with my roots. I missed my home a lot. So through teaching my language and giving a good example of culture, of grammar lessons, I felt more connected to my language, to my family, to my friends. So I started this channel, and now we are millions and millions of people watching, learning Arabic with me. I'm also a learner. I'm a learner of language. I speak 5 languages, and I'm always on the go to learn more and more languages, which is the thing that brings my students into the feeling of that I'm their friend, because I feel their agony. I teach them something very difficult that majority of you know, which is Arabic, but I render it entertaining, and I show them that it's a struggle also for me. I'm a learner. I'm not only your teacher. I learned German, like you, which is also a difficult language. German for me, for an Arab, is more difficult than Arabic for you. So I bring them into the classes. I make them part of my classes. It's a collaborative exercise, or it's an adventure that we take together as an educator and as learners. And yeah, for me, that's the goal, to bring the best out of my culture towards these language courses online. Something that I also started doing. Oh, time is running. Something that I started doing also live. I brought so many students from all around the world to my homeland. So I brought them, we learned in the morning, and then I took them around Jerusalem, which is for me was a dream come true. For me, it's a passion to teach and to learn from them. But then the pandemic arrived. The pandemic arrived, which was a huge challenge for every one of us. It was a hard time for me, personally for them. We were there for one another. I was their savior. They saved my life as a teacher. I saved their lives as students. Our lessons were like get together, where we share knowledge, where we share love, through language lessons. And it was savior, life-saving, really, for many of us. My students they come from different places around the world, which you can't imagine the time zone difficulty, but still, I had an ER doctor which would join our classes in 3 a.m. in the morning because I recorded all our classes. I have a 70-plus-year-old Scottish man. Where would he find Palestinian dialect lessons in a radius of 500 miles? He couldn't find them, but he found himself in this community of learners, people from Australia, people from the US. We gathered, we got together to share the knowledge, and for me, it's a huge achievement to see them, to teach them my language, and to see what they can, it's a journey. It's been a journey during the pandemic. For 2 years, we became friends. We learn about our lives. I bring them to my life, talking about my family and my roots, and I encourage them also to speak using the language that I taught them about their lives. That's why it's a get together between friends, sharing knowledge, learning the language, and I have a message for teachers. Show how much you care for your students by giving them the ability to create the course on their own. It's a collaborative mission. It's not you are the teacher, and it's not. You need to make them feel comfortable, yeah. And by rendering everything a little bit easier, entertaining, and making them that spotlight of the classes. This is how I've been doing it, and for the past 2 years, I have people who started not knowing Alif. Now they can speak like an Arab, a Palestinian in Gaza, and for me, it's a huge achievement. The best teachers are the ones who inspire. This is what my students tell me. You inspire us. We come to class with the joy because you make us. And this is my message for the teachers. You don't have to, like your students, don't have to learn what they only need to learn, but what they want to learn, and in the way they want to learn it, while being entertained. This is key, because again, best teachers are infectious, and best teachers are the ones who inspire, and I feel that I achieved my mission. Thanks to rendering it community get together and seeing the progress in my students. So thank you for this opportunity, and I'm sorry
Thank you, Maha.
if I bored you.
Much. No, absolutely. I think that sense of belongingness, that sense of community came out very strongly from both what Linnea shared and what you just shared. As we've listened to a student and a teacher, moving along to our next speaker, in his own words, Khalid is in love with teaching, breathes teaching, and it does not come as a surprise that he now works at Teach for Qatar and defines his mission there as inspiring teachers so they can inspire others. He was himself a teacher for various years and can now share with us ideas on what type of teachers do our children really need. Welcoming Khalid.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Perna, for the introduction. And thank you, Linnea and Maha, for all your inspiring work and words. As mentioned, I work in a very nice organization called Teach for Qatar, where the main thing that we do is recruit and empower amazing teachers. Lots of them are in the room, by the way. Teachers who we say are fit to go to the classrooms, inspire our students, and attend to their continuously changing needs, especially during the pandemic and after it. And of course, putting well-being of the students in the core and the center of what they do on a daily basis. So the question is always, what type of teachers our students need? Now, I'm going to answer this question today. But before I answer it, I'm going to share with you some examples of those amazing teachers. There are many. I'm going to start with a teacher called Miss Hind, who, at the end of every English lesson, she does a checkout. She pops a question asking the students, how do you feel after the lesson? Just allowing them the space to share what's on their minds and how they're feeling. And you know, students, she normally gets answers like feeling hungry, feeling tired, feeling happy. One time, one of her students, in a very soft voice, told her, Miss Hind, I feel safe. Imagine a 12-year-old feeling safe in Miss Hind's lessons and sharing that in front of all the students. I think that's very special. Now, the second example is Mr. Muhammad. Mr. Muhammad taught a student in year 7. And then they both moved on. Now, after a few years, something really sad, something really tragic happened. That student lost his brother. His brother passed away. The student was devastated, crushed, didn't know what to do. He found himself picking up the phone and calling his year 7 teacher, Mr. Muhammad. Imagine, at his darkest moments, when he was completely lost, doesn't even know what to do, he felt that he can rely on that teacher who taught me in year 7, Mr. Muhammad. What an honor. The third teacher I'm going to talk about today is Miss Haya. Miss Haya was walking around in the school on a rainy day, and she saw a student sitting on the stairs looking terrified. Miss Haya doesn't teach that student. She's not in her classes. But still, she went to her. Are you okay? Miss Haya asked her. The student said, yeah, but I'm scared from the thunder. Oh, me too, Miss Haya said. Can I join you? She sat with her and started talking to her about all the great stuff that the student can do or will do after the storm is finished. Stayed with her until her car came to take her. While she was taking her to the car, that student saw her actual teacher. The teacher asked her, hey, how are you feeling now? She told her, I'm okay. Still a little bit scared, but it's fine. I have my fairy with me. And then she looked Miss Haya in the eyes and said, you know you're my fairy. Imagine a 13-year-old calling a teacher who doesn't even teach her, you are my fairy. How lovely is that? Now, the question for us is, so what did those teachers do? What did Miss Hind, Mr. Muhammad, and Miss Haya do so that their students talk like this about them? Now, I know those teachers. They are using the student-centered approach, and they're making learning fun and engaging. But believe me, there's way more than that. And then I remembered the quote that I like by Maya Angelou that says, I've learned that with time, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And that's my answer to the question, what type of teachers our students need? Our students need teachers who can make them feel seen and heard, who can make them feel safe and supported, loved and cared about. Our students need teachers who can make them feel that they matter. We need more friends and best friends in the classrooms. We need more fairies. Thank you very much. That's for you guys.
Thank you so much for sharing, Khalid. And it is an important and indeed a very, very important message that we share today, that students matter. Their voices, their thoughts, their opinion, it matters. So let us all continue listening and sharing with empathy and curiosity, because together we can change the world for better. It is truly time to unmute. Thank you to our wonderful speakers for joining us and for everyone listening in. Thank you.